Hey, 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 how are you guys? Hold on one second. Okay, so if you are on Facebook, then be sure to press StreamYard.com/Facebook. I put the link there so I can see your name when you pop up for me. But hi, you guys. My name is Denise Walsh. If I have not yet met you, and you are here in this group or listening to the podcast, Coaching for Coaches, because you have had a wrestling, like a stirring in your heart to add value to the world in a new way for quite a while. Am I right? Put a "that's me" in the comments below if that is you. I am a clinical psychologist turned dream life coach, and I know what it feels like to have be bubbling with I have so much to say, or I have value to add to the world, and I know I can support people, and I know that I can breathe life into people, and I want to work with people who are maybe 3 steps away from where I used to be and that kind of thing, but not know how to do it. Put a "that's me" in the comments if that's you tonight. And today I'm going to share with you 3 must-have skills, 3 must-have tools, so to speak, that coaches need to have in their toolbox to get their clients great results. This is really, really important because you can have a really big heart, but not be a great coach. You can have great content, but not be a great coach. What does it take to be a great coach? In the email I sent out today about this live, I said, you know what? Coaches aren't counselors. True. Coaches aren't teachers. True. Coaches aren't best friends. True. So, what do coaches do? What is their role? And what can you do to be the best coach possible? Well, Dream Life coaches have a few different roles that we play. We create the space for the client to figure out their own answer. Okay. So we're not even to the must have skills yet. I'm just kind of setting the stage for what a Dream Life coach is all about. So if you are listening, I'd love to hear where you're from. How long have you been wanting to be a coach? And is there something that has stopped you from executing on your dream and stepping into the coaching world, or are you already a coach and looking to elevate your coaching skills? Please share that in the comments. I'd love to hear. Okay, so let's first start with what is a Dream Life coach. A Dream Life coach is somebody who helps clients see themselves 3 steps ahead of where they are now. Most of the time, people are going to come to you with a bit of restlessness, maybe a bit of uncertainty. Maybe they are going to not really know what they want next, or certainly not believe that it's possible. And so your job is to help them align the Dream Life pathway, gain clarity for what they want next, believe that it's possible, heal through any hurts, and gain take steps in order to get there. You're supporting the client in aligning their Dream Life pathway and creating the space for them to figure out what they need to do next on their own. So you're not necessarily a teacher. You're not dictating to them what they should or should not be doing. You are not the wise old, wisdom that knows all, right? You are creating an environment for them to figure it out themselves. However, there's some key things that you need to do to help them get the best results possible. And the first thing is you need to have a strategy. You need to have a pathway. You need to have a system in place that you have done time and time and time again that gets client results, which means you're not shooting in the dark. You're not just whipping it out, right? You know where you're taking the client because most people need to be taken there too. In the Dream Life certification program, we have the Dream Life pathway. And the Dream Life pathway gives you that roadmap for clients. In fact, I was interviewing a lady last week about her experience in 90-Day U-Turn, where we teach the Dream Life pathway. And she said, you know what? I knew I needed to heal from the hurts that I had. I knew that I had a lot of anger and resentment towards some broken relationships. I knew that I needed to do it, but I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't know how helpful it would be to the rest of my life. And so the Dream Life pathway that we teach in the certification and business program is the process and system that Dream Life coaches take their clients through that gives them the how to create clarity, shift their mindset, build belief, heal through hurts, and take inspired action. Dream Life coaches know the exercises to do for gaining clarity. They know the exercises to do for healing the heart space. They know what exercises to do to take action, right? And feet and time management and those types of things. And so, step one in terms of being an excellent coach is having a clear pathway. Having a clear pathway, knowing what to do with your clients so you aren't guessing. And for me and the Dream Life coaches, we have the Dream Life pathway. That's the pathway that we utilize to support clients on their growth journey. I'd love to hear from you. What has been helpful to you? If you're a coach already, what have you done? What have you created? What system do you take your clients through? The second must have that coaches need to create, acquire to have to be an effective coach is reflective listening skills. So this is, again, super important because what we want to do when we're working and coaching people is we want to have them figure out their own answer. And so to be able to reflect back and pick out on their feelings that they have and pick out on them, maybe even the meaning of their feelings. So it sounds like you're really mad about this. It sounds like this is really disappointing to you. It sounds like you took that personally and you feel really rejected. Reflecting back what they said and connecting it to the feeling is super helpful. Let me tell you why. Because typically the client will go, yes, and they keep going. Yes, and they keep going, and they keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Great coaches go deep, not wide. They go deep, not wide. And so when you reflect back and say, hey, it sounds like that really hurt your feelings. It sounds like that's disappointing. It sounds like you really wished it happened differently. It sounds like you're uncertain right now. It sounds like you're feeling insecure. What do you think? Like when you reflect back what they just said to you, they feel seen, they feel heard, and they can go deeper. So they say, yeah, and they keep going. Good coaches go deep, not wide. Now, the first thing I mentioned was the pathway. You need to have a system that you take people through that will help them heal through their onion layers. Number two, you want to be a great reflective listener, not just listening to listen and say, oh yeah, that sucks. Reflect back so they can go deeper. Okay. And then the third thing that great coaches do is sometimes just stay silent. Because here's the deal. You don't need to fix it right now. It's not your job to fix it right now. Yeah. Sometimes if you don't know what to say nothing. Because again, your client will just keep going. What I have found in listening to lots and lots of new coaches, in the certification program, I listen to new coaches and I give them feedback. And what I have found is that when a new coach is not quite sure of what to do or what to say next, they typically bring it back on themselves. So they'll say something like, oh yeah, me too, Aunt Sally, blah, 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 or, when I felt that way, or I had a similar experience, And so when you don't know what to do, like a best friend situation, you would start telling your own story. But coaches are not best friends. Although your client is going to get to know you throughout the process, they're not really going to know you all that well because their job is not to be your friend. Their job is not to know you're in all your stuff, Your job is to hold space for them. So if you don't know what to say or do, you just go, wow, like, gosh, I'm sorry. And that pause, it's most likely not going to be awkward, right? Because that pause is going to be enough time for them to go, and like continue to talk and verbally process what they need to process to keep going. That's why one-on-one sessions are really, really helpful, because it allows the client to verbally process and like go deeper than they would in most other areas of their life. Yeah. So in 90 Day U-Turn, support coaches within the certification program offer one-on-one coaching for clients. And then I coach those who are in the certification program with our one-on-one calls to talk not only about their business, right, but what they're working to create over the next year. Yes. Facebook user says silence is powerful. Yes. If you press StreamYard.com/Facebook, it'll like approve you. So then you can always be shown. Yes. Silence is powerful. It's true. We don't need to be the fixer. We are not the best friend where we kind of share our own stuff. And we aren't necessarily the teacher who is being directive and telling them what to do. There are times for all of those things. There are times to teach a skill. There are times to kind of not necessarily take control, but be like, okay, let's talk, like really get granular here. Like, let's really talk about what it is you want. And let's really figure out why you aren't there yet. And let's pro and con it. And let's do this exercise. But sometimes it just takes great reflective listening and some silence, and you will be an excellent coach. So I'd love to hear from you. If you're a coach already, I'd love to hear what strategies you've used to support your clients or your team in the past. If you want to become a coach, or if you've been brewing the idea of becoming a coach for quite a while, I want you to put coach in the comments below, and myself or one of my team will reach out and we'll schedule a strategy call so I can tell you a little bit about how this year-long program works, because my goal is to help you not only become a certified Dream Life coach and learn the skills necessary, but also to support you in building a business, getting on podcasts, writing your book, getting booked for stages, whatever the case may be, whatever your heart's desire is. That's my heart's desire for you. So anybody else have any other thoughts or questions before we end tonight? And if you are listening on YouTube or on the podcast, be sure to join us in the free Become a Dream Life Coach Facebook group. The link is in the description and show notes below. We'd love to connect with you. I go live every single Monday night and host challenges throughout the group, give away freebies within the group, and it's a great place to hear more about what Dream Life Coaching is all about, and if it's something you want to participate in. Like if you want to actually start your business in 2024, this is the place to be. All right, you guys, you are amazing. You are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see you next Monday.